Hello lovelies, today I wanted to share with you my December album. Now I'm really pleased with this. It's the first sort of December album I've actually completed. Those of you who have been following me for a while will know that I tried to do one last year. Got so far, ran out of printer ink, ran out of photo paper to do at home, and just kind of totally lost my way with it and didn't pick it back up again. This year I decided to do my December album in a traveller's notebook. So this is 11 centimetres by 21 centimetres and would fit in a traveller's notebook cover. And I'm really happy with the size. You can see it's got a bit chunky, but then I didn't shy away from using flair and wood veneer and, foam, all the dimensional things that we like to use. I didn't shy away from using that. So when I'm storing this, I just wrap it in a piece of white satin ribbon and just tie a bow on the front, and I'm quite happy with that. So throughout this album I used my Like Forever December kit, which had lovely things from crepe papers, snow and cocoa, as well as some things from My Mind's Eye Sugar Plum collection. And then there's a few bits and pieces, mostly tiny word stickers from Pink Fresh Studio, their Christmas line this year. I'm not sure what that was. But yes, so the front cover, so the actual Traveller's Notebook itself, this is made from a piece of snow and cocoa paper, which was a wood grain, a lovely wood grain on one side, and it was this really bold kind of sort of, do I want to say Scandi print? But it's a really bold print anyway on the inside, and I thought that was really kind of subtle enough for the outside but bright enough for the inside. I was quite happy with that. And what I did was just put a strip of tracing paper, actually it's not even vellum, but a strip of tracing paper down the centre, and that's where my Christmas 2016 went and my little embellishments. This little flare, I don't know whether you can see it, it says Holiday Fun, and that was from Hey Little Magpie. So there's a little close-up of my front cover, and let's dive straight in. So I'm not going to explain every single page, a lot of it is self-explanatory, but I'll just have a little flick. So when I was making this notebook, I included a mixture of tracing paper pages, sort of sketchbook paper pages, and also A5 Polly Pockets or plastic wallets that I've just kind of sewn in at different sizes. Yeah, this is a sewed or a sewn binding, which I do have a tutorial for on my channel, so I'll leave a card up the top and a link in the description bar below of how to make. So yes, so the first page is the tracing paper or the vellum if you're going to make it yourself, and it's just got the trees, and it says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And then I liked things that were sticking out of the top of my pages. I thought that looked really nice. So I did some journaling on my computer, and this I just printed out onto just white card, and I used the sort of typewriter look font and then mixed that in with like a scripty font just to pick out important words, which I really liked. Bit of ephemera, again not shying away from dimension. This is popped up on foam, and I've done a little bit of stitching across the heart at the bottom. And then I mixed journaling with sort of typed and sort of handwritten because I liked the mix of both. This is a trip to Birmingham Christmas Market, and I've just got a train ticket in the side. And actually that tab is from Simple Stories. It was their sort of planner collection. Again, this is one of those pocket pages. I printed off the two Starbucks cups because we had a Starbucks, and throughout I've used these foam thickers as my numbers, just to tie it all together. On this one I talk about the wreath that I bought, and put the 3 in the middle. I really liked using these pocket pages in between. This one was I went to help my friend Trish at a craft fair. She's got an Etsy shop called So Made With Love, and she makes all lovely fabric bits, and it was really cold, but I went to help her out with the craft fair. I love this page. This is quite possibly one of my favourites, which is really vain, I know. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. So I did a picture of me, and in the air there's a feeling of Christmas. I used that wood veneer piece from Snow and Cocoa, or pieces, that said brr because it was gold, and then did a little bit of typed journaling, and I put there that this was originally taken for my Instagram story, and I really liked it, so I've included it in my album. Then I've got this little section that's just for albums that we listen to. Usually when it rolls around to Christmas, we've got Michael Bublé's Christmas album on and Rod Stewart's Merry Christmas Baby, and yeah, that's usually what can be heard in our house at Christmas time. And like I said, I really like these things that were popping up out of the top of my page protectors. Sorry for the glare, I'll bring this one up. This one was about, let's see if we can get it to focus, there we go. This one was about the angel on our tree, and the colours were a little bit all over the place, so I turned it black and white and just did some journaling. So to get my journaling the right size, I would measure my sort of space and then draw a text box in Pages. I'm on a Mac. I would draw a text box in Pages and then just do my journaling and then cut it out and made it fit. So really easy. I didn't want to mess around with it too long. I just wanted to get this done. This one was about a video for my channel. That was the crafty wish list, and that went up on the 4th. I love these phrases. I've used these all throughout my album. They were from Pink Fresh Studio. There will be detailed pictures of some of my favourite pages on my blog, and while I haven't really been very active on my YouTube channel, I have done a serious update on my blog, so if you wanted to head over and check that out, then you can do. What you might notice through my pages as well is that they're not, I haven't got a page for every day. So this was on the 2nd of December, this was on the 3rd. I was doing quite well at this point with taking photos every day because this was on the 4th. But then this one was on the 6th. So I wasn't too fussed, and you can see just here, I then jumped to the 18th after this one. So I wasn't too fussed about having a photo every day, I just wanted my month documented. So this was talking about, I started my new job in on the 6th of December. That's the job I'm now leaving and going to a new job. If you watch my update video, you'll know about that. I also used a bit of craft, like a smaller page, so all of this, I didn't decide on what I was going to do beforehand. I just did a mix of pages, tried to intersperse the craft and the vellum and that kind of thing, and then just went with it. And then as I came across the pages as I was making the album, I just made it work. So this was a big die cut piece from the Snow and Cocoa pack. It's the most wonderful time of the year. That is the phrases from Pink Fresh, and this is just a gold pen, and then just white gel penned around the outside to do some faux stitching. This page I love. This is a gold tea craft envelope that I have been holding on to for ages. Nicola from the Light Forever, she owns Light Forever kits. I think she sent like a little subscriber gift in one of these, and it was too pretty to throw away, so I saved it. So what I've done on this one is just done a hidden journaling tag. So this is some acetate from We Are Memory Keepers. It's a pack of all different patterns. This was the twine that I used to wrap my presents with, so I wanted to include that. I do talk about my wrapping further on. And then this is just the journaling, and I just quite like that it's hidden, and because it's the gold dots as well. I mean, I've given this book to a few people to look through because obviously it was our Christmas, and every single person has sort of missed this and didn't realise it was there was hidden journaling. So I'm really happy with that actually, because then I can tell them if I want them to see it, and if not, then it's fine. This one, I included a meme that was sent in my friend's WhatsApp group. We've got a group for the three of us, and she's always cold. So the actual meme says, we all have that one friend that is always cold, but we had this wood veneer piece in the Snow and Cocoa set that was cold, so I used a piece of ephemera just to cover up the cold that was on the meme, and then used the wood veneer piece to finish that sort of phrase, and then just printed a little box for journaling down the bottom, because this is on a tracing paper page, and I didn't want to handwrite onto the tracing paper, although I do have a pen that will do that, but I just didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to smudge it, and knowing me I would, because obviously I can't replace the page. So the next page is about my wrapping. Andrea Gray, or Retro Hip Mama, thank you for this idea. I think quite a few people have sort of copied this. So I laid out my wrapping papers on one of the tags, which I've also used here, and the twine that I used, took a photo, and then did my journaling and the photo all in one piece. And I did that on pages again, and then I've just stuck my number in between. You can see if I was wrapping on the 20th, I left it quite late this year. So yeah, and I just included one of the actual tags that I did use. A little circle of acetate at the top, and I've just put the word that says gifts. The next page I really like as well. This is covered in acetate, so I'm sorry about the glare, I'll hold it up in a second. On the 23rd I went out for like a Christmas meal with my friends, and I was really bad scrapbooker award because I didn't take photos. So what I did do instead was I found the logo of the restaurant and cut that out and used that instead. So I've embellished, I've done journaling, I've got some sequin stars, and then the logo of the restaurant at the bottom. And then this page was kind of a filler because the next part went on to Christmas Eve, and our Christmas was different this year. There was one of our members of family worked on Christmas Day. He works for the ambulance service here in the UK, so he had to work on Christmas Day. So what we did was we kind of did Christmas Day, opening presents, all that kind of thing on Christmas Eve, and then kind of had a really chilled out Christmas Day. So the next page is the 24th, and that was the majority of what happened on Christmas because it was all the presents and all that kind of thing. So I just wanted a filler in between the 23rd and the 24th, because then the 24th started on a double page. So for this I used a big piece of that gold dotty acetate, a couple of houses that came in the ephemera pack, Santa Claus is coming to town, and there's no place like home for the holidays. And I just think that's a perfect start for all the Christmas photos. So I really like that. So then we move over, and it's the 24th, and it says the magic of Christmas. It worked out quite nicely actually that this was on one of the tracing paper pages. This is a full page of photos that I collaged together. I think I used PicMonkey actually, and this was just me and my brother being silly. I've just put home for Christmas in the middle, and we were pulling silly faces, and I just thought they were really cute. So that's a full page, and that starts off Christmas Eve. Then over we go. And I thought I'd start off Christmas Eve by journaling about what was going on and why we were doing it all on Christmas Eve and not on Christmas Day. So I'll just explain what was happening, and that Chris was working and all the rest of it. So do not open until December 25th. I thought that was quite funny because obviously we were opening on the 24th. And I put this little Santa at the bottom, and I quite like that he hangs off. I liked having different pieces that weren't contained to the page. I liked having them sort of go off the page and out of the book and that kind of thing. So then as we go over, this is one full photo that I printed, I think, it's 11 by 21, so it would fit in the page that way. But obviously it's a landscape photo. So what I did was just cut it in half and pieced it over the 2 pages, layered behind. This isn't an interactive tag, it's just a tag. And it was just to show the amount of presents that we had. Our lounge isn't particularly big, but our entire floor you couldn't move. There was presents everywhere. And then just at the top I've just put, Dear Santa, I think you dropped off too many presents. We have run out of floor space. And then hugs and kisses. But yeah. And then this made me chuckle. The Santa's coming and I know him. I'm sure that's from Elf. Can someone correct me if that's not? I'm sure that's from the film Elf. Yeah, and I've just sort of layered. And I really like that page. So then the next one. This is all about opening presents and that kind of thing. So this one's from Santa. Got my journaling. And I took a group selfie. Thank God for selfie sticks, hey. And that one says there's room on the nice list for everyone. So everyone kind of dove in for that photo. And then I've got one of my other pocket pages, and I did a before and after. So here's the before with another kind of selfie. It is different from the previous one because everyone was kind of in position to start opening presents at that point. And I've just put cheeky selfie showing the mountain of presents in the middle of the floor, all of us about to dive right in. And then you flip over and I've got the after. So the after shot is where the floor is a little bit clearer. We've got some space and a bit of journaling as well. And then this one I really like. This is an interactive element, and I really liked this Oh Dear card. This was a part of the cut apart paper in the Snow and Cocoa. So here's a really nice picture, and then behind the Oh Dear is the blooper. So it was that moment when you ask for a photo and this is what you get. Love them. They pulled very silly faces at me. And I've just put that he knows if you have been naughty or nice at the bottom, which I thought was really cute. Okay, next page. The next page was just a bit of a filler really. It's just showing our Christmas table. So this was part of the cut apart, and it was like, it's the banner. It was on a cut apart piece. And then I've just embellished each piece. So I've just put a snowflake clear sticker, magic. Each one has got a word and an enamel dot and a snowflake. So that one had a snowflake pre-printed. So these two got stickers. You can't really see that one. And then this was actually on Christmas Day. So this is the 25th. I didn't put the numbers on this one, but I just thought that was enough for its Christmas Day. And I've just put, I always love the way Mum does our Christmas table. And then this page makes me laugh. This wood veneer piece was meant to say snow. You got 4 pieces that spell out the word snow. We didn't have snow in the UK, so I used it for the word so and started my story. So it's so ... There was a spider, a big one, and I was sleeping in the lounge. So before bed, there was John and Chris attempting a catch and release mission. They didn't find it, but I appreciated the effort. So it was really late on Christmas Day, and we saw a spider up the wall. So I had these pair climbing and trying to find this spider so I could sleep in peace. They didn't find it, and I didn't see it again, and I did manage to sleep, so it was fine. But I did appreciate the effort they went to. I love this page. I love this polar bear. I was waiting to use him somewhere. And this is just about my brother's surprise to us all. He's taking us all on holiday in March. And it was just the way he did it. So he managed to keep it a secret from his girlfriend as well. Added us all to a WhatsApp group and had he'd obviously listened when I explained how I edit videos, because he'd edited a video together on his iPad, and yeah, it was just wow. So I thought this polar bear was really cute, and I've used a flare, another one from Hey Little Magpie, that just says family time. And then this last page, or second to last page, was a photo that they sent through to us. So they spent Christmas, this is my brother and his girlfriend, and they spent Christmas Eve with us and opened all the presents, and then they spent Christmas Day at their own home. And they sent us this selfie because they were playing the mini air hockey that my mum and Chris had bought them. And it's just, I thought it was a lovely way to sort of end. And then my last page is sort of a bokeh photo of our Christmas tree, and I've just got the word tinsel going across. This says December memories, and then this says cheers, Happy New Year, and that's the end of my book. So I really like that to end on. I think that's a really nice page, like a full page photo, and the vellum or the tracing paper, and then that just kind of blurs it out. And that is my book. But you can see I didn't sort of shy away from using flare or wood veneer or anything like that. So it is quite chunky. I can stand it up and it's fine. But I kind of love it, and I'm just amazed that I completed it. So thank you for sticking around for this flip through. I know it was a little bit long. I will have some detailed shots of some of my favourite pages and a bit of explanation on my blog, so I'll leave that down below. And yes, even if you don't want to see the detailed photos, then head over to my blog anyway, because I've done a lot of updating, and I think it looks good. So let me know what you think. But yes, until next time, guys. Bye.